Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. All right, time for us now to discuss Alshon Jeffrey.
And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet, and we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Let's go, baby.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Let's go, Lou, lady. Hey, Ripley. You think you gonna get this?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Mahomes. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skilled players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Here's Mahomes to throw, being chased out left. He can run, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the two-point try. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Chiefs working their way back out here on offense, and probably a good thing, really. Their camp has been relatively quiet. Everybody knows what they have coming back. Maybe some question about their running game. It's a team that has had a bell cow in the past. You think way back to Christian Okoye, the days of Priest Holmes. We'll see how the running game works out this year, Charles.
Can I go way back?
Sure.
Mike Garrett running the football for them. Joe Delaney, who was the Rookie of the Year and lost him, unfortunately, in a swimming accident. But Andy Reid has hinted this summer he's going to take the dreaded running back by committee approach. Yeah, Damian Williams was a force down the stretch, slowed a little bit by hamstring troubles in camp. Carlos Hyde on his 4th team in 2 years, but what a bruiser inside. And Darrell Williams has been around. Darwin Thompson, 6th-rounder. Even Tremont Smith, who they converted from corner, he's going to carry the ball a little bit, too, in the preseason.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to roam now. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. So we've hit intermission. It's half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Zach Ertz, 6. .4 yards, and the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that'll make this a 19-point game. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. This fielded at the 2.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know? And in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Good job.
Devontae Freeman, 44 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. Working from the gun, Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done, because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the 1st down.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Freeman, 39 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the